Hi there, I'm Chris Berman. Up next on ESPN, happy holidays to you and yours from all of us at ESPN. Hope the holidays brought you everything you wished for. This NFL season has certainly brought us all we could have wished for. We've got one last present under the tree for you on ESPN before the playoffs begin next week. Browns, Texans, next.
Well, the fans are looking for their seats as the teams are down on the field warming up.
Hello everyone, Charlie here with another episode of Texans Franchise. It is the last regular season game of the season, our first season here on the channel. We're facing the Browns, who are 8-7, fighting for a wild card spot.
Pass is incomplete. Number 19 was the intended receiver. Second and 10.
They got Kerry Collins as their QB. We will be using our starters for about one drive, maybe two, and then we'll bring in our backups for the rest of the game. We have nowhere to move in the standings, so I don't want anyone getting injured. We've been fortunate so far this season, though. Couple incompletions to start things out. 3rd down and 10. Oh, nice throw to the outside. 1st down. Running up the middle. Pretty good run. Oh, no. This running back scares me.
First down, Brown. Second and 10.
Since this is the last game of the season, I will make sure to put a stats update at the end of the episode for all of our players and looking around the league as well. Oh, man, nice throw to the outside. Incomplete, though. Good defense. 3rd and 11 coming up. So we'll take a look at stats at the end of the episode. For now, we're just going to enjoy this last game of the regular season before things get really intense next week. Oh, man, threw it right at our safety. Didn't even see Allen. Cute corner, actually. And here comes our starting offense for the last time this season. Our offense really started getting going once we used Ricky Williams as our starting running back. That's when things really kicked into high gear.
Second and 7. Ball at the Texans, 22-yard line.
Throw it over to the middle to Moss. Tight window, incomplete.
Pass is incomplete. Santana Moss. 3rd and 7.
Quick 3rd down and 7 for the Texans.
22-yard line.
Oh, we had Moss going deep and we didn't see him till it was too late, and it's a sack. We'll have to punt it away. Throw it to the outside and it's caught. Huge 1st down.
Second and 10. Ball at the 23.
So 2nd and 10 here for the Browns. After an incompletion. They go with the blitz. They pick it up. Incomplete to the outside. Uh-oh. Goes in double coverage. Incomplete. They're going to have to kick a field goal. It's up and through. Browns take a 3-0 lead here in the 1st quarter.
Second and 10. Ball at the Texans, 23-yard line.
We got it 2nd down and 10 now. Run a little draw with Williams. He's got nowhere to go.
Number 35, the ball carrier. 3rd and 10. Ball at the Texans, 23-yard line.
3rd down and 10. We got one-on-one on the outside here to Hackett. We'll throw it to him. Oh, it's a flag. Let's see what it is. Pass interference.
Number 30.
That's a cheeky call. I don't think that was pass interference. That looked clean to me, but we'll take it.
Out of the foul, automatic first down.
Oh, no way. Nah, that's the cleanest play. Get out of here. Long developing passing plays are a bit tough right now for us.
37-yard line.
Second and 24. Go over the middle. Vic overthrows his man.
Is incomplete.
Kind of wanted to go one-on-one there. Instead, we'll dump it off. Oh, it was deflected. 4th and 24. Our starters didn't do a damn thing anyway, so on to the backups. Here we go. At this point, we officially have as many backups in this game as we can. We're kind of a linebacker short on our roster, so in some formations, Briggs may still be playing. We're going to see what our backups can do now. Jamal Lewis, 4 yards to start things off.
Second and 5. Ball at the Browns, 29-yard line.
They run it again with Lewis. He's got a ton of running room. Big first down.
First down, Browns. Ball at the Browns, 43-yard line.
Uh-oh, Collins trying to run with it. And he's got all kinds of room. Look at that.
First down, Browns.
He knows the fans came here wanting to see Vic run the ball. He says, I'll do it for you guys. He saw that hole immediately.
Ball at the 42-yard line.
Oh, they catch it on the outside. He's got some room to run. 3rd down and 2. Gets dragged down by Bob Sanders. We got ourselves a 3rd down and 2. They run it with Lewis right up the middle, and he's going to be stuffed. Good stop. Another field goal attempt for Cleveland. And it is no good. Still just a 3-0 game. Let's see what our offense can do.
Second and 7. Ball at the Texans, 44-yard line.
Well, 2nd and 7. Their man will move him over. Try to get him out of this place. See if Smith... Oh, he had a one-on-one opportunity there. Couldn't make him miss. I don't know if we have made a completion yet in the passing game. Now would be a nice time. 3rd down and 9. Burleson breaking open here just a little bit, but not enough for a first down. We finally get a catch, but it's 4th and 3. We can let this clock run down if we don't like the look here. But it's game 16. The points don't matter. Everything is made up. Did we just go for it for funsies? Well, I've already said hike. We throw it to Luke over the middle. 1st down. Texans trying to show off their aggressive side here on the last game of the season.
That's the end of the first quarter.
No, the 3rd down and 13 have not been able to rely on our running game to this point. I'll have Luke going across the other side of the field, give him a chance to run a lot because he's fast. We do get him to catch the ball, but it's 4th and 8. I don't know what to do here. Seems like a wuss move, but we're going to just punt it because I don't really trust kicking a field goal or going for it here. So we're just going to see if we can maybe pin them. I'm not great at punting, and our punter stinks, so we'll see what gives. I don't know what to say. Oh my God. So 2nd and 10, do they stick to the ground game? I don't think they would be in a bad spot doing that. Uh-oh, Lewis. A lot of running room. Oh, made one man miss. Across midfield. And finally tackled. After a huge gain. 3rd and 3. I can see the Browns doing just about anything right here. They go with a pass play. Over the middle, incomplete. 4th and 3. Are they going to kick another field goal? I cannot believe it. On our 36, they are punting it away on 4th and 3. These coaches in 2004 were on some kind of crack that we don't know about today. Because this is some wild stuff. Of course, they have an actual punter, unlike me. That does help on some level. But my word.
2nd and 10. Ball at the Texans, 15-yard line.
Oh my goodness, now we throw it to Smith down the middle. Somehow catches it for 3.
Pass complete. Third and
All right, well, we found ourselves after that punt with a 3rd down and 7. So Smith will throw to the outside here just in case he gets some running room, and he does. He catches it, and oh, so close, 4th and inches. I mean, at this point, we've got to sneak it. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look what Cleveland, what are you thinking is going to happen? Look at that. 5-yard run from Breeze. Easiest QB sneak you've ever seen. Look at that blue-eyed angel. Kind of have a few guys kind of open. Burleson breaks free. Nice throw and catch. We go up to midfield. Nice play. Smith officially has 6 rushes for 0 yards. So we're just going to put in Jones for the rest of the game and see what happens. I'm going to change this play call around, actually. Have Jones block for us. Just see what happens. Go. Oh, Breeze couldn't get the throw off. That's a sack. So 3rd and 16. Big 3rd and 16 coming up. I think we'll just block Jones. Not McDonald. But we will go over the middle here to Burleson, who has a seam, and that's a 1st down. Huge 3rd down conversion. We got 1:20 left on the clock. Breeze numbers on the season. Not looking amazing. Jones here on the swing pass. Nice play of about 5 yards. We'll call our first timeout.
2nd and 5. Ball at the 33.
Let's move Luke over and see what happens here. That could be a man, all right. So if they're in man. Well, let's just see if we got enough time for this to work. Throw it out to Jones. Oh, deflected. Nice play.
Complete. Ball at the 33.
Now I kind of want to see if their linebacker's just going to be on Smith, potentially. We're going to see Clark could be over the middle open. He is. Makes the nice grab. 1st down. We're going to go no huddle here. 45 seconds left. Clark over the middle on a go route. It's intercepted. What a play. What an interception from the safety. I cannot believe he just jumped that route. And then Dallas Clark grabbed him from the face mask. What a pick. The Browns are leaving the slightest window open here, having this ball at the 3-yard line. The funniest thing could happen before half, or the worst thing for us. And we're going to risk it. You know exactly what's about to happen. Uh-oh, Lewis tackled at the 11. We're going to call timeout. 2nd and 11. We're going to force them to get out of the spot. Force them to not take a sack, not fumble it. We're going to hand it off to Lewis. He's going to be dragged down. 3rd and 9. We're going to call another timeout, our last one of the half. 3rd and 9, let's see what they do. I still cannot believe they intercepted that pass from Breeze. It was a good-looking pass. Clark was open. And the safety just came out of nowhere and stole that ball. I cannot believe it. They drop back. They throw it 1st down and 10. Probably going to just do it here for the half.
1st down, Browns.
Okay, Dana, we'll get back to you guys in a moment. Welcome, everybody, to the ESPN Halftime Show. I'm Chris Berman. A look inside the numbers from our first half and look at the discrepancy in sacks thus far. The Browns should be way ahead on the scoreboard, but somehow they've let their opponent hang with them. Let's see if they can change things in the second half. We'll pick up the action midway through the first quarter. After driving 18 yards on 4 plays, Jason Lookman, no Hansen, is summoned for the field goal attempt. Good snap, good spot, good kick. 3 goods equals 3 points. A 40-yard field goal. The Browns get the first points of the game and go up by 3. Browns still midway through the first quarter. Ball at their own 42. Kerry Collins get up ahead of steam, and then it was clear sailing from there. A 15-yard play that set up a Brown field goal, but they couldn't connect. Browns now early in the second quarter. Browns ahead by 3. Jamal Lewis bounces this one to the outside, and is going to get some room to maneuver out there. The Texans on D. Sean Williams would come up with the big play to kill a drive as he was able to step in front of a wayward pass for an INT. And that's where we'll leave this one. Texans are waiting for their first score. They're down 3-0. Today's halftime hero has turned in an incredible performance thus far. Fred Robbins has played like a man possessed. And now let's return to the second half with Dan Stevens and Peter O'Keefe.
We got the ball back here to start the second half. And Drew Brees is actually 9 of 11 passing, so not all that bad. Completion percentage-wise.
2nd and 6. Ball at the Texans, 25-yard line.
2nd and 6. Go the draw here to Jones. Gets 4 yards, makes it 3rd and 2.
3rd and 1. Ball at the Texans, 29-yard line.
Have the funniest play call that I want to try out. The fullback toss out to Baxter, 1st down. Love it. That's so fun. Clark over the middle, wide open, all alone. Good play. 1st down up to midfield.
2nd and 10. Ball at the Texans, 50-yard line.
Oh, Ontario Smith's got a bit of room here on the outside. Nice run. Gonna make it 3rd down and 4.
Brian Dawkins with the tackle. Let's stop him here, 3rd and 3. Ball at the 44-yard line.
3rd and 4. Have our receiver move over here. Sweep here to Jones. Makes a man miss there, or at least falls forward for a 1st down. Nice running. This has been a nice methodical drive so far. Quick snap. Breeze hands it off to Jones for just a couple yards.
2nd and 7. Ball at the 36-yard line.
2nd and 7. I'm not liking this. Breeze on the run, throws it incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
That was too slow. Why don't you try again next time?
Over the middle. Nice grab by Santana Moss. Huge first down into the red zone. That deep post working on that play.
Shoot the gap.
2nd and 10. Ball at the 11.
Little curl here with Clark. Gets us 2 yards. Gonna make it 3rd down and 8.
Chris Draft with the tackle.
Let's go, baby.
3rd and
Get
8.
your hands up.
Ball at the 9.
Play action. Breeze has all kinds of running room to the left. No way. He's going to go for it. He dives. Touchdown, Drew Brees. Are you kidding me? Who had that on their bingo card? Texans take the lead. Look at Breeze. White lightning. All right, our defense certainly got something more to fight for now. A 4-point lead here in the 2nd half. Toss out to Lewis to start. You don't want him running with a head of steam. That's 6 yards.
Jamal Lewis, the ball carrier. No, 2nd and 4. Ball at the Browns, 33-yard line.
2nd down, they throw to the outside. Completed. 1st down.
First down, Brown.
Crowd chanting defense. Roll out to the left with Collins to throw it over the middle. Completed. 1st down. Third down outside, incomplete. 4th and 9. Cleveland's going to have to give it to us again. First down and 10. We will look to throw it here on 1st. Had a couple different options there. I didn't love any of them. I do like Breeze running for a 1st down, though. My goodness. Who is this guy behind center? Smith gets us about 4 yards there.
Number 32, the ball carrier. 2nd and 5.
Breeze has the most rushing yards on our team. That's fantastic. Oh, Jones all alone. We just cannot make these connections with our running backs on those swing passes.
Our defense has hit him hard.
I know exactly who I'm going to right here on the outside to Moss. Oh, nice way to fall forward. It's going to be close, right at the sticks.
Bring him out. Bring him out. Bring out the chains.
The chain gang's not a fan of us. Once again, coming up just short. 4th and inches. Mano-y-mano. They know what we're doing. Will they stop it? Breeze gets the QB sneak for the 1st down. That's big. Breeze is just looking to pad his stats as our team leader in rushing yards today. He's always looking to do. Jones got some room on the outside. Only gains 2 yards though. Disappointing. Really my fault.
2nd and 8. Ball at the Texans.
2nd down and 8. When are you ever going to find a better time to run this play right here? The old toss it back to me. Flea flicker. Flag. That's going to be pass interference.
Pass interference, number 36, defense.
That time he actually shifted my receiver, and that was a real flag.
Out of the foul, automatic first down.
1st and 10. Ball
Over the middle to McDonald. Nice job floating that over the linebacker. First down. Uh-oh. Breeze has been chasing. Faked out a guy. Oh, that was so interesting. Faked out the lineman. Made some room, but then was still incomplete. So we got a second down and 10. Run it right up the middle with Ontario Smith. Good job there. Getting 5 yards on the play.
Fred Robbins with 3rd and 5. Ball at the 23.
Third down and 5. Here we go. He had Baxter deep. Oh no. Here we go. Finally he throws it to McDonald, who made his way back across the field. Nice job of the offensive line, especially by keeping that play open.
2nd and 8. Ball at the 11.
Over the middle, it's picked off. No. No way the Browns. Oh, we were trying to float that over the top and we just didn't have quite enough arc. Second interception deep in the Browns territory. That's tough. Breeze has been fantastic otherwise. See, we're just trying to float this deep up into the end zone, but just wasn't quite high enough. Dang. I mean, we do still have the lead, but man, not putting up points there is brutal. 7-3 lead. They run it with Lewis. Second down and 4.
The ball carrier. Numbers 2nd and 3. Ball at the Browns. 13-yard line.
They just keep feeding Lewis. Nice run. First down. Oh, do we have someone injured? Bob Sanders, our safety. Oh, no.
18-yard line.
Oh, Lewis made everybody miss and no one's going to stop him. Browns are going to take a lead on a massive touchdown. Are you kidding, guys? Our bend but don't break defense all game finally breaks under 5 minutes in the fourth quarter. Well, we got the ball back. We're going to have another long, methodical drive. And we're going to have to be perfect just about doing it. Breeze going to run up the middle here for 6 yards.
2nd and 4. Ball at the Texans. 25-yard line.
We're going to toss to the left here. Smith. Nice run. First down.
First down, Texans.
Oh, Clark to the outside. Can we float it one-on-one? He catches it. Nice grab. First down. Uh-oh. Be dangerous here. Flag down and we're sacked.
Holding. Number 47. Defense.
Holding on the defense.
5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Ball at the Texans.
I like that wheel route with Luke. Do we have enough time? I hope so. Let's see. And it's picked. He didn't really throw it exactly where I was expecting, and that's gonna put us in an awful spot. That's unfortunate. Well, that's why you throw random routes for the first time when games don't matter, right? So you can learn when to not throw them. And so Brown's going to have the ball right back again. Lewis has it. They're right outside field goal range. Lewis says, fuck that, I'm scoring another touchdown. This got out of hand so fast. Unbelievable. Breeze is going to run it for another first down. Nice job. We only got a minute 50 left, though. We're going to have to make some big plays quick. One-on-one deep. And Hackett. Oh, he had it in his arms, but couldn't come up with the catch. Over the middle to Fitzgerald. Probably the first play he's been a part of all day, and he ends up getting a catch. Probably because our other receivers are just injured. Our teams aren't very deep. When you do a fantasy draft, you don't have a whole lot of depth. And what do you know? We're going to throw it to Fitzgerald again. Oh, he can't come up with it this time. Moss. Oh, over the middle. It's a flag. I think they got to him early. That's interference. Yes, it is. First down.
Number 20, defense. The ball is
First and 10. Ball at the 15.
In the back of the end zone. McDonald touchdown. No, he dropped it. He dropped his first touchdown of the season.
Receiver, Brian Dawkins with the coverage.
That was Brian Dawkins on the coverage. What an opportunity he had here.
Ball at the 15.
Going to Jones all alone in the end zone. Touchdown, Texans. I think we're going to go for an onside kick here. We have all 3 timeouts still. I don't know how we have a way of getting this, but just being lucky. Let's see. And the kick is a nice little bounce here. It's wobbling around, but it looks like the Browns came up with it. That was a good kick, though. The best shot we could have had.
Second and 4.
Over 200 yards for Jamal Lewis. Man, we were so close coming into this fourth quarter, just wrapping things up, and things just completely fell apart. Oh no, Lewis, we stop him here. They're down in 2. Just about an all-out blitz here. They run it with Lewis. He's got all kinds of room still. First down, and that is going to seal this win for the Browns in Week 17. They're going to kneel it, and that is going to do it. Last game of the regular season. Man, we should have won this game, it felt like, coming into this fourth quarter, but things completely fell apart for our backups defensively, against Jamal Lewis especially. I really do appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me that you've come along for this Texans ride. I know some of you out there don't know quite who you are, but I appreciate you. It really does mean a lot to me. Playing this series has been a ton of fun, getting back into this game. I'm going to keep playing it. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate you watching. Subscribe if you can. That would really mean a lot to me. I'm going to show the weekly wrap-up with Boomer, and then afterwards, we are going to look at some stats for our team for the season and across the league, and finish things off as we go into the playoffs. All right, I changed my mind. We're going to look at the stats beforehand, actually, and then I'll let Boomer wrap things up for the season. So looking at the completion percentages here, I wanted to finish with a 50%. This couldn't happen. A lot of drops from Vic, but he clearly got better and better as the season went along. It's kind of crazy that Brees had nearly as many picks as him. 47 sacks is wild. Rushing, Ricky Williams ended up leading our team in attempts. It was a 900-yard guy, 4.1 yards per rush. Pretty solid for a player of his caliber. Really outplayed his statistics. Outplayed his ratings, I should say. As you can see, Kevin Jones, 2.5. Ontario Smith, 2.5. That's what it felt like. Ricky Williams made some guys miss, though. Including that huge rush we had. That was fun. He had 9 rushing touchdowns. Vic had 4 rushing touchdowns. Fumbles, Vic had 9. Ricky Williams only had 2 despite all of the attempts. Kevin Jones had 3. Ontario Smith had 2. As for who led our team in receiving, Santonio Moss led our team with catches, 52. He led our team in yards, 768. Touchdowns, though, was Larry Fitzgerald with 7. Drops, the most was Winslow. After that, Fitzgerald with 6. They don't really quantify all the true drops that are in this game. Like Ricky Williams had more than 4 drops, and it's not even close. Because Ricky Williams was great for us, but not as a receiver, really. Here is all the receiving yards, for everybody. Try to get everyone involved here, especially late. McDonald dropped what would have been his only touchdown of the year in that last game. Kellen Winslow didn't get a TD. Hackett couldn't get a TD. Defensively, Urlacher led our team in tackles. Right there, Briggs behind him. They somehow didn't get a sack, either of them, but they weren't rushing a whole lot. Who led our team in sacks? Julius Peppers had 9. Darnell Dockett had 7. Tommy Harris had 4. We didn't have a ton of sacks this year. Ooh, Vince Wilfork had 2. Kalimba Edwards had 1. Passes defended. Tillman up there with 22. Will Allen 19, as you would expect. Interceptions. Shenard Hartz had 7. Lance Briggs had 6. Chris Tillman had 3. Urlacher had 1. Bob Sanders had 4. We're going to have to see if Bob Sanders is healthy for the playoffs. Dante Wesley had 1. Roderick Hood had 2. And Nathan Vasher even had 1. J.R. Reed had 1. Just about everybody in our secondary somehow picked up an interception. Kicking, Paul Ettinger was pretty good, I would say, overall. 23 of 28. Mostly missed the longer ones. Made every extra point. Punting, Andy Lee was god-awful. He is so bad, I cannot wait for us to upgrade in the offseason. We have got to, because he was atrocious. Put us in a lot of bad spots this year. Like in that last game in week 16. Or week 17 in our last game. We had the ball on our own 20, 25 or so. We punt the ball off. And Jamal Lewis catches it at midfield, returns it for like 10, so they get the ball on our 40. Like a net gain of 15? Ridiculous. Andy Lee is just... Ugh, he's just so bad. No kickoff returns for touchdowns this year. No punt returns for touchdowns this year. That is our team's stats. Let's look at some of the big league leaders. Yards passing, Hasselbeck, McNair, Favre, Brady, Leftwich. See how far down the list Michael Vick is. Not even close. Yard passing game. We don't quite have the yards those other QBs have, for sure. We had by far the least of any of the starting QBs. All right, in terms of touchdowns. Plummer, Delhomme, Roethlisberger, McNair, Hasselbeck. Rushing on the season. This is where Michael Vick's going to really shine, though. Now, Jamal Lewis, with that amazing last game, propelled himself as the rushing leader for the season. Wow. He ended up with 1376. He ended up with over like 230 rushing yards that last game or something crazy. Ended up being the whole rushing leader for the league over the other Ricky Williams, Marshall Faulk, Fred Taylor. Kind of curious as to why. I'm trying to see why Ricky Williams isn't on here, but maybe it's not just showing our players. Receiving who the most catch is. Quincy Morgan with 83. Jerry Rice, 81 for the most yards. Dante Stallworth, Chad Johnson, Jerry Rice. Here's the receivers with the most touchdowns. Defensively, players with the most tackles up here. Mike Vrabel, why does this look like a DUI mugshot? Sacks on the year. Who led the league in sacks? Chris Jenkins at 20.5. Kevin Carter, 19.5. Patrick Kinney, 17.5. Most interceptions on the year. Shenard Hart's pretty close here. Tied for third. Lance Briggs tied for fourth. As for kicking, Paul Ettinger probably had one of the better seasons of the kickers. Had the second most field goals made. Second most attempts. The third best overall percentage. It's pretty good. It's pretty darn good. Punting, oh my god. Yep, just scroll to the bottom and there's Andy Lee. Yep, great job, Andy. Inside the 20, he had 7 punts inside the 20. Dude, God help me. Get this man out of Houston. Here are all the special teams touchdowns. Some kickoff return touchdowns. A decent amount. Punt return touchdowns, how about them? A decent amount of them. Whoa, Jamal Lewis had 5 punt return touchdowns. Of course he did. That's amazing. Torrey Holt, Priest Holmes. Yeah. All right, everyone. So that's going to do it. Those are the stats for all of the players here in the first season of the Texans franchise. I really do appreciate you watching. It means a lot to me. Thank you very much. Subscribe if you can. That'd be super cool. And I'll see you in the playoffs next week.
I'm Chris Berman. Let's get straight to the action. In our first game this week, we had the Cowboys edge their way to a narrow 3-point win. The Eagles won this contest, but will stay at the third place in the NFC East. Chad Johnson played well despite the loss and showed us why he's ranked up at the top of the league. David Carr threw for over 200 yards and helped his Jets beat the Rams. In the land of the crab cakes, Baltimore, we had the Ravens get nipped by 3 points. In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Chiefs pick up their 8th win of the year. Browns, Texans. Their
Okay, since this is the second time I've tried recording this thing, Chris Berman has completely given up on life, it seems. AFC free agents Jonathan Quinn at the end of the season signs a 6-year contract, $2.4 million. I'm having to do Chris's job for him. If he comes back, I guess I'll back out. I don't even have any backup music. This is getting weird. This is intimate, isn't it? Tight end Brian Pittman signed a 5-year, $1.6 million contract with the Steelers. Saints win. They're 11-5. Panthers lose. They're 6-10. And as you can see from this injury report, our third string running back, Ontario Smith, is out probably for the playoffs, I'm assuming. And in the NFC, as you can see, Kevin Mathis down there was injured so bad, they had to put him down there twice. All right, Bears finished the season 8-8. Packers finished 9-7. Some Colts Broncos action. I don't know what happens here.
Tom
Ooh, snow
Brady
game. Oh,
Looking over the defense from the 22-yard line. And a pump fake. Everybody stops. Oh, that buys the time for the TD.
The Broncos win this one by the final score of 31-17. The Cardinals lost this one, but will stay at number 2 in the NFC West. Drew Bennett stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. Justin Gage had over 50 yards receiving and helped his Raiders beat the Jaguars. Up in historical New England, we had the Patriots race away with a 25-point win. And last but not least, we had the Titans come away victorious.
All right, Boomer, thanks. All right, folks, our playoff picture has now been officially finalized. So let's take a look at it now, shall we? We'll begin with a look at the AFC. Meanwhile, over in the NFC, the playoff picture looks like this. So there you have it, the regular season now in the books. Time to see which of these 12 teams will emerge as Super Bowl champs. We'll get it started for you on ESPN next weekend. So that'll do it from here. Boomer, we send it back over to you.
And then there were 12, the playoffs, right around the corner, which means it's time for our regular season awards. But first, my primetime players. The final round of game balls go to these Warriors, each with a standout performance in the final game of the regular season. All right, as promised, here's a look at this year's best of the best, our season-ending NFL awards. Jamal Lewis, without a doubt, is going to take home the hardware in this one. You see the numbers on your screen, but numbers really don't tell the whole story. Leadership, work ethic, love of the game, that's what truly makes him stand out. He had, without question, the best year of anyone. Steve Air McNair has got to be our choice for Offensive Player of the Year, and you've got to be hard-pressed to find better numbers than that. Obviously, give a lot of credit to the rest of the offense, but this is the guy that was driving the car, so to speak. Lawyers in Love Malloy gets the nod as our Defensive Player of the Year, and I'll tell you what, there was no one better at taking quarterbacks and receivers alike completely out of their game. Great season. Ben Roethlisberger comes away with the Offensive Rookie of the Year award. You know, it's very difficult to come straight from college, be handed the keys to an NFL offense, but he stepped in and did a bang-up job. Watch out. He's only going to get better with age. Carlos Dansby was our Defensive Rookie of the Year. Hard to think of any young linebacker with better instincts for the football than he has. He wins it in a landslide. Jamal Lewis ran away with the rushing title this year. Talk about a threat out of the backfield, my friends. Finesse, speed, a surprising amount of power, which he used to bowl over the few who actually managed to lay a finger on him. What a year. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.